chord music and rhythm. First off, when you have a song, and you should be able to see a PDF file. If you don't have it, you can download it. That is a rhythm lesson, or RythmLesson1. Anyway, it has some information, general information about rhythm and what it means. It's basically timing, and also a small sample of the song Amazing Grace that we're going to use to illustrate maybe some ways to figure out or determine what to play or how to play rhythm in a song. And so if you print that out, that'll help. So if we're looking at the chord music for Amazing Grace, just looking at it, the first phrase even, Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound, we see the chords. In this case, we're going to use C major and F major, the only two chords we're going to use, but we see the chords are C, Amazing Grace, how sweet, and on sweet, there's an F major starts there, sweet the sound, and on sound, C major again. And so looking at your keyboard, I'm going to find middle C, and that's middle C with my right thumb, middle C, and that's what I'm going to build the chord on. And that right there is a C major chord. 158 is the way that we teach that in the Playing the Piano for the Rest of Us workbook that can be found on the website of pianoforlearners.com. And that's all spelled out, pianoforlearners.com. And anyway, so we have a C major, and we also have an F major, and if my thumb was on the F, that would be my F, and then A and C would also be the other two keys that I need to play an F major chord. But from my hand being on C over here, to play an F major, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my middle finger and my pinky over so that my middle finger is on the F, my pinky is now on the A, and I'm going to leave my thumb on the C. So that's how I'm going to play the F major. And here's how I'm playing my C major. So you might want to practice that. Just, right, C, and then to F, and back to C. And use whatever fingers are the comfortable fingers for you to use in your right hand. So there's my two chords with that. And then with my left hand, I'm going to play this C note here. I'm going to use my left thumb for that, and my left pinky finger is going to play, that's the F. And so when I'm going to play the chords together, here's an F major with my right hand and my left hand. Right? So if I did it together, okay, and then F, right, and now back to C again. Now, how do we figure out rhythm? Well, most songs have a melody, and even if they don't have words, there's still a melody line. There's still kind of the part that you might hum, or that you're going to sing or hum. And when you do that, usually, if you use the syllables to the words, they create a natural rhythm. Just like poetry has rhythm, the words to the songs, the way that they're being sung, have a rhythm. So, Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound. So I'm just going to try and, if I was going to like tap it out, I'm just going to use the C note here. Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound. Right? It creates its own normal rhythm and everything. So we can see that. So if we wanted to, just with my right hand, I'm going to play the chords where I have the word tap on your PDF file that you could have printed out for this lesson. So Amazing Grace, how, and then I'm going to change key to F, sweet the, and then back to C, sound. So if I sang with that, it'd be Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound. Right? Now if I wanted to, I could do the same thing with my left hand with these two notes here, right? So let me just do that with my left hand. Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound. Right? Now, with timing and everything, you don't actually have to play a note every time there's a beat. You could skip beats. The main thing is to stay in tune, in time with the song. And so you could play it at half speed. You could slow down. If I wanted to, I could just play the chords and then change the chord when it's appropriate. And just hold the chords. So let's try that real quick. So, amazing grace, how sweet the sound. Even that would sound nice. And you can go back and forth and use some of that, and then play it the next time you play the chorus to the song or the verse to the song. You could just mix it up. The main thing about music is to play what sounds good to you, because you're the one playing it. So enjoy it, and just practice different ways. Now, another way to add some more flavor to the song, if you want, the way we tapped it out here, do that with the right hand, and with the left hand, whenever you have a chord, just hold the note, and then when you change the next chord, hold the note, and then change it again. So I'm going to put that together with my right hand, and maybe it'll sound like this. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. Right? And then maybe one other way to look at this is when you're singing a song, or a verse to a song, or a chorus to a song, sometimes there are times that have a stronger beat to it. The word has more force to it, or more emphasis, and that a lot of times can be a good time to make that the time that you actually come down or hit the notes or hit the chords. So let's try that. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. Okay? Now you can use this technique to understand rhythm and maybe how you want to do it. You can try just the right hand or try just the left hand, and you can mix up how many times you're pressing everything down. Give that a try. See if that helps you understand rhythm and how to play your timing and everything when you're going to play chord music. I hope that helps. If you have questions, you can go to the student forums at pianoforlearners.com, and you can also look up the lesson of the week. We have